Good day everyone. For today's discussion, we will talk about how to use the layer properties actually. So let's start. So actually, before we start, let's check about the units first. So for example, I want to use inches, then okay. Then before we start our drawing, let's set first the layer that we really need to use. So let's say for example, I'm going to put a new layer. So at the very beginning, you will use the zero or the depth point. So for new layer, this is the one that we're going to click, or Alt N, click. So to set the current to set this as a layer, we can click this one or Alt C. So let's have example. Let's name it the object or object. Then so we can change the color. For example, want it this color orange. Then you can select also the line type that you're going to use. So it's up to you if you want to change it in a different line type. You can load that, so you can see this different line type. However, it's up to you. For line weight, what is the line weight that you're going to use? If you want to use the default, the 0.05 and so on and so forth, so up to 2.11 mm. So since I just want the standard, so I will choose default. Okay, so we will set this as our current, so you can see the check here, so that we can draw our object. Then this is the, if you want to close or delete the layer, you can select this one, or let's proceed. Okay, for example, we can see that it is current in our ribbon. Start. For example, I want to draw a line, 0 and 0. Then for example, I'm going to draw a sofa set, sofa. For example, in a top view, so maybe around 20, and the angle is in 90 degrees, so around 30. So how many inches? So for example, around 60 or 70. Then 30. So for example, how many inches is our, so rest arm, if I'm not mistaken. For example, it's around 20 inches. It's too big, so maybe around 10 inches. Then up. So we can MI this one. Then PR, enter. For example, I want to draw so I will just move this line. close this one. I can erase this one rather. And for example, I want to put a backrest of our sofa. So for example, it's around this one. So something. Then it's 3. So this is our layer, first layer. So for example, I want to draw another layer. We can select this one, then add another layer, click this one. For example, annotation or measurement. Then what color do we want? For example, blue. Then okay. So select if this is current, you can check here, or this one, click here, then close. So let's put the annotation. So dimension from this one to this one. So you can see the dimension, that's 70. And another dimension from this point to this point. So you can see that is 30. Okay. So how important is this layer? So sometimes if we don't need the layer, for example, let's go to the layer properties. You can see the layer properties on what we're going to do. So for example, we want to turn it up, the layer, we can click this light, so we can light it off. So however, that's our current layer, so we cannot see our current layer because it's already turned it up. So you can see it in your figure, but once we turn it on, you can see it. So it's a power of turning layers on and off. However, same as the turning on and off in our layer, we can freeze our layer through this one. So freeze, or sorry, but we cannot freeze the current layer, this one. So for example, I want to freeze the object, the layer for our object. So it's almost the same with the effect in our drawing using our turning on and off. However, in some instances, you can make your drawing easier to interpret, and as much as possible through this freezing layers. If you will refresh a drawing after freezing a layer, the layer won't reappear. If you freeze a layer instead of turning it up, you'll see a boost in performance, so much faster, because the program no longer has to keep track of it, unlike turn it up and turn it on. So this means that the program will have more memory for other operations. So that is basically the importance of this freezing. And of course, this lock, let's turn it on or unfreeze. We can lock it. So every time we lock it, so let's lock the current layer, which is the measurement. So as far as you're concerned, as much as you want to edit this one, you cannot edit this one because it's already locked. But you can unlock it here also, so that you can move it. Okay, so that is power of layers. So another thing, as part of our discussion, actually is next that we're going to discuss is all about how to make a block. Okay.